Welcome to the first inspiration video for the month of December 2022. And here we are at the end of 2022, if you can believe it. For anybody who's watching this video and might be new, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. This video is really just about inspiring you. I usually read a quote, and it's from all kinds of people, thought leaders, writers, quotes I find on Pinterest, and I usually say a few things about it and tie it back to writing somehow. But the point is to really inspire you and to maybe even help you get unstuck if you're stuck. So today's quote is from an Instagram account called We the Urban, and I really love that account. I'm going to look off to the side for a second here because I am going to read it and then I'll say a few things about it. So the quote goes like this. Repeat after me. I deserve the best. I am proud of myself for trying. Not everyone I want is meant for me. I haven't lost anything meant for me. My allegiance is to my peace of mind. My value isn't linked to productivity. I forgive myself often. I refuse to give up on myself. I'm going to be just fine. This too shall pass. Now, while this quote was, really speaking to life, right? The bigger life picture, I think that it can be applied to writing and actually be some really great principles for writers. Because and you can go back and kind of slow this video down or like pause it and listen to them, but because I don't want to go through the whole list, right? Because it would take too long. But I would like to talk about how the first one is talking about the value linked to productivity. So for example, like I am somebody who is always thinking that I need to be productive and doing things, and I sometimes feel guilty when I slow down. But sometimes, we need to be reminded that we are not what we produce, right? We're not, just because we don't produce all the time or just because we don't produce that thing, it doesn't mean that we are not good enough or being lazy, right? The other thing is that really stood out to me was I refuse to give up on myself. As a writer, I feel like that's really important. And that can be hard along the way when you have things like rejections and you battle imposter syndrome and you're fearful, right? But refusing to give up on yourself is the way to make it. Because if you refuse to give up on yourself, that means that no matter what, you're going to keep trying until you succeeded at the thing. So that's another part that really stood out to me, and I think can be definitely a principle of writing or a principle for a writer's life. And then also the other part was I'm going to be just fine and this too shall pass. Again, I mentioned rejection earlier, but I think that one can be tied to rejection because sometimes we don't think we're going to be fine after rejection, especially if it's a rejection from a venue or a person that we really wanted to work with. Sometimes it seems like it's the end of the world and like maybe people don't like your writing and nobody wants to work with you. But that is not the case. You will be just fine and, it will pass just as everything else does. And then I also really like the idea of like, I haven't lost anything meant for me. Because again, sometimes you feel like you're missing out on things like, wow, that author is on this TV show or they got onto the New York Times or they're #1 Amazon bestseller. And you think like, if you don't work hard, super hard, and you don't like do all the things, you're not going to make it and you'll miss out on those opportunities. When in reality, whatever opportunity or whatever thing that is meant for you is always going to be meant for you, and literally nothing can stop it. So anyhow, I really like this list, and you can kind of like reflect on it on your own. Like I said, go back and kind of pause through each thing that I listed there. But I really feel like this is a great little list of principles for writers to kind of follow. And it would probably change your writing career if you're able to follow it. All right. that's all I've got for y'all. Thank you so much for being patrons of the studio. And thank you for being here from literally day one. You know where to find me. If you need any help, if you need anything at all, you can reach out to me. I'm not hard to find. Email me, message me, etc. All right. Thanks so much, everybody, and I'll talk to y'all later.